Meta just released an AI model that runs on hardware you already own. No cloud, no subscription. The weights are free to download. And that is only half of what happened this week. On August 10th, Meta Superintelligence Labs opened the weights for Muse Glimmer, the company's first model built from the ground up to act on its own. 30 billion parameters, dense, released under an Apache 2.0 license. It was distilled down from Meta's closed flagship, then compressed tightly enough to fit on a single consumer graphics card or a high-end Mac. This is not a chatbot waiting for your next prompt. It is an agent. It can plan a task, call tools, work out when one of those calls does not land, and keep moving toward a goal, locally, with no network call. It holds a context window of 131,000 tokens, so it can keep a real project in memory. And because the weights are open, anyone, a student, a startup, an enterprise, can download it, fine-tune it, and ship it without asking permission. But the model developers are really watching is the flagship, Muse Spark 1.2. Meta released it on August 5th as a coding specialist, co-trained alongside the terminal agent called Muse Code. The numbers are serious. A 1 million token context, roughly 1,500 pages, so it can read an entire codebase in one pass. It accepts text, images, audio, video, and documents as input. On the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index, it currently sits at 57. Strong, though not the top of the board. Claude Opus 5 and GPT 5.6 still sit above it. Call it the leading tier, just not the leading spot. Pricing is where Meta stands out. $1.25 per million input tokens, $4.25 for output, and a cached prompt drops to 15 cents, an 88% reduction. Then there is the second tier, 10 cents in, 20 out. Roughly 12 times cheaper on input, 21 times cheaper on output if you let Meta train on your prompts and completions. That is not really a discount. That is a public price tag on your data. Muse Code itself is built around background workers that stay alive for an entire session, a replay exact event log that survives an interruption, and 3 built-in commands: plan, grill, and goal. In one internal test, the system made over 1,000 tool calls across 24 hours, tuning GPU, kernels, and improved on the baseline. Here is the real headline. Zuckerberg says an open-weight version of Muse Spark 1.2 is coming in the next few weeks. The flagship itself, going open. His argument, laid out in a 6,500-word essay, is that the bigger concern is concentration. A small number of organizations holding all of the capability, and that the United States should lower its own barriers rather than fall behind on the open models being released elsewhere. Which lands somewhere familiar. First it was Qwen and DeepSeek. Now it is Meta. The old arrangement, where you keep your best model behind an API, is quietly coming apart from both directions. A few honest qualifications. Glimmer needs heavy compression to fit that single card. The Spark weights are an executive statement, not a shipped repository. No date, no license, no parameter count confirmed. And a large share of these charts are Meta's own. On the coding series tests Meta published itself, a rival model came out ahead on all 3. So here is my question. If the best models become free to download, what is actually left to sell? Tell me in the comments. I will be tracking the Spark weights the minute they land. If you want the biggest AI story broken down every single day, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications.